Hey guys, it's Susie with Susie Nails It, and I'm going to be doing some Halloween inspired water marbling today. Now I've already got my nails here prepped with both a base coat and white polish. I have 4 fingers here with tape on them, and I still need to put some Scotch tape on my thumb. I'll show you, I left that one so I can show you how to do it. Just get a long strip of just standard Scotch tape and lay it right against the side of your nail there and press it down. Wrap it underneath your nail and lay it down the other side of your nail bed, just like that. And kind of pinch it on the back side. And I also like to leave a little bit of a tab on one side. I'll just like turn in, I don't know if you can really see on the camera, but I'll turn in one side so that I got a little piece that does not stick to my skin. That way, whenever it's time to lift it off of my finger, it's a lot easier to grab a hold of since I've got a spot to pull up on already right there. Now I take a second piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to lay it horizontally there around my nail, wrapped around to the back side, and again I'm going to turn over a piece onto itself so that I've got a spot to grab hold of. Now since I'm doing the Halloween inspired nail marbling, I'm doing black, orange, and yellow, so I'm going to get started with that. Again, filtered room temperature water. Get several bullseyes going of your colors. I'm going to do black, orange, yellow, and then I'll just repeat those colors until we have several rings. Okay, there we go. And now what I'm going to do is reach down in the middle with just a light touch of a toothpick and pull out. Wipe this off. Reach in, pull out with just, again, a light touch and wipe it off. It's a good idea to wipe it off each time. And then I'm going to do a bit of a flower design, the standard petal shape for water marbling. You're going to want to reach into probably the second or third in. You don't want to pull from the outermost ring because then that will pull it away from the edge of the cup, and you want it held secure there. Kind of just holds everything in place. And just several petals here. Whatever kind of design you want going in here. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to use my thumb for this one, and you can also turn it however you want to get the design that you prefer to have in here. So I'm going to leave my nail, or leave the cup in that position, and I'm going to put my nail in, and I'm just going to dip straight down and just hold it there. We're going to let that top layer that's still floating dry up a bit so that it's easier to work with, because now I'm going to dislodge it from the edge of the cup and just roll it onto my toothpick. And one thing when you're doing this, do be careful not to touch your design because you don't want to ruin what you've just applied to your fingernail. Then you slowly lift it up. And I don't have any polish or anything on my right hand, so I'm just going to use it to pull the tape off, and we'll see what we get. And there we go. Actually, I think that looks pretty good. You can see some white showing through there. Honestly, I don't really think it looks all that bad, so I'm just going to leave that there. But there are ways to get that covered up. So if you don't want that left there, then you can take, for example, a striping brush and just put a thin black stripe right along the outer edge. Just like that. And that kind of just fits in with the design, and it's really not that obvious that it's a fix. And you can even do the same thing right here if you don't want that showing, if you don't want that white showing through. Just like that. I didn't mind the white showing through, but I thought, well, I had everything here, I just as well show you how to fix it in case you didn't like it and it happened to you. There we go. Now I'm going to start with my other nails. I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm going to do one swipe here through the water, making sure that I have any last little bits of polish from the last round off of the water surface. Then we go again with the black, orange, yellow, and again keep repeating those until we get as many bullseyes as what we were looking for. There we go. I have a few bubbles in there, so I'm just going to pop them real quick here. Okay. Again, reach from the center and pull out. Now I dug in a little too deep, and that's why it separated the way it did. You need to use a nice light touch like that. That's what I should have done the first time, but I didn't. You reach from the center and pull out. And then about 2 rings in and to the center. About 2nd or 3rd ring in, down to the center. And again, wipe your toothpick or dotting tool, whatever you're going to use, off before you go again. And then back into the center again. And I'm actually going to leave it just like that, and I'm going to dip my finger right here, so you're going to have a little bit of a crossways design. And in we go. Let the top dry for just a little bit. You can blow on it as well, just to go ahead and get it to dry a little bit quicker. And then pull the outer or the top layer off the water surface. Take my tape off. And there we go for nail number 2. And I'm going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to pull straight down and do sort of a zigzag pattern back and forth. go. I got a couple little bubbles I'm going to take care of here. There we go. Pull that down a bit. I'm actually going to do 2 nails this time, and because I see 2 spots that I think look pretty good. Dip in and hold. There we go. And 1 more to go. Okay, while I was taking the tape off, I totally jacked up my ring finger. So, took that off, another layer of base coat and white polish, and we're gonna try again. So we have black, orange, and yellow, just like we've been doing. It's kind of crappy. I actually like that design that I had on there. I'm just kind of pulling and pushing around to see where I do and don't get a design that I like. Kind of liking this one right there, so I'm just kind of messing with it and getting the colors to kind of swirl around there. All right, here we go. Try number 2 with ring finger. Let's see, I can't decide quite where I want to go. Let's see. Dip straight in here. That's what I have so far. Now we're going to do the pinky finger. I'm going to take a Q-tip really quick though and run it through here to make sure I've got any excess polish picked up. You might see just a couple of little chunks. I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but if you do this at home, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see just a few little miscellaneous pieces floating around. When you put your drip of polish in, those will get pushed to the outer edges, so it's not really that big a deal that they're present, but you don't want something that's going to provide a film, like a solid film over the water, or else the polish you put in won't spread. So here we go again with the black, orange, and yellow. And that's what I got. Alrighty. I have no idea what it is with messing up my middle nail, but I did it again. I'm not going to redo the whole thing this time. I'm just going to use a black liner brush and patch it up. So when that happens, just especially since this is water marbling, just kind of draw in a swirly design that you think goes with the design, the rest of the design, and call it good. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna let these dry and we'll put on our top coat. Okay, my nails are dry and I'm ready to do a quick cleanup and some top coat. So what I have here is just your standard little nail brush. It has, the one I use has a squared off end, short bristles, and pretty thin. That way I can get between my nails and my cuticles really, really well. So I'm just going to clean this up. Okay, cleanup is finished. I like to use 100% acetone whenever I'm cleaning this up. The stuff with moisturizers, I tend to find that it just doesn't really do a good job of cleaning quickly. I'm impatient. I want it done right away. So I like to use 100% acetone. But please be sure to use cuticle oil or cuticle cream when you're finished with your nails, because the acetone is very harsh and drying on your nail beds and on your cuticles, so definitely protect them. But we're going to do some clear coat. Always cover the tip of your nail. It will help protect your design and make it last much longer. And then we are finished. Now, if you look right here, that is where, right there, and right over in here where I covered the white up, that is where I did the touch-ups. By the time I get the top coat on, if you really scrutinize the nail closely, yes, you can tell. But if you're just glancing at it or anybody else looking at it, it is not something that will be obvious. So definitely don't think that you have to redo your whole nail if you have one little spot that you accidentally touched, or if you ended up with a bubble, or the coverage was too light, anything like that. Again, just use a small liner brush, dip it into whichever polish color you need to fix it, and just kind of dab it on or put a thin streak over wherever your smudge or lack of color ended up. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and please do like, share, and subscribe. And you can also follow me at Susie Nails It on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. I'll have a link for all of these in the description below. Thank you, and have a great day.